All right, so today we're going to pull back the curtain on the secret to making AI something we can actually rely on. It's this incredibly simple but brilliant idea that's changing everything. Just giving AI a library card. Okay, let's just dive right in with a huge question. Just imagine for a second. What if an AI could always be up to date, always factual, and was pretty much incapable of making things up? That's the core problem we're going to solve right now. You see, the solution here is a massive shift in how we think about AI. We're moving away from this idea of an AI that's like a student who has just memorized a giant textbook for a closed book exam, to an AI that can walk into an infinite library and find the exact piece of information it needs right when it needs it. To really get this, let's kind of create a character for our AI. Think of it as this brilliant, but slightly flawed genius. Let's call him Ginny. Now, Ginny is one of the most powerful AI models out there. He has processed more text, more articles, more books than any human could in 1,000 lifetimes. But, and this is a big but, he's got some serious limitations. Genie's flaws, which are really the flaws of most of the AIs we use today, boil down to two pretty critical hurdles. And these hurdles can cause some major, major problems with trust and just basic accuracy. Okay, first up, there's the knowledge cutoff. Our Genie is brilliant for sure, but his entire understanding of the world is basically frozen in time. If you ask him about today's news or who won last night's game, he's going to give you an answer based on what the world looked like way back in 2023. He's permanently stuck in the past. Second, and oh man, this is a big one, is the hallucination trap. See, Genie really wants to be helpful, so if you ask him a question that he doesn't actually know the answer to, instead of just saying, hey, I don't know, he might just invent an answer that sounds super plausible. He's not trying to lie to you, but the end result is a very confident-sounding piece of fiction. So what do you do with a forgetful genius who sometimes just makes stuff up? Do you send him back to school for years of super expensive retraining? Nope. The solution is actually way simpler, way more elegant. We just give him a library card. This solution has a technical name, Retrieval-Augmented Generation, or just RAG for short. All it really means is that we're connecting our Genie to an external live database of information. It's like we're giving him both a library card and a super fast personal research assistant who can find the perfect information for any question you throw at him. So that sounds cool, right? A genius with a research assistant. But how does this partnership actually work in practice? Let's break it down. It's a super clean three-step process. First, the assistant does the search. It dives into its library and retrieves fresh, relevant documents. Second, it gives Genie the briefing. It basically says, hey, here's the latest info you need for this question. This augments his existing knowledge. And finally, with that up-to-the-minute briefing, Genie crafts the answer. He generates a response based on facts, not just old memories. So just to lock it in, retrieval is the search, augmentation is the briefing, and generation is that final accurate answer. It's really that straightforward. Now, let's zoom out for a second, because this simple process isn't just some small fix. It is a complete and total game changer for how we interact with, and more importantly, how we build trust in AI. The importance of RAG really rests on what you could call the 3 pillars of AI trust. Let's quickly hit these 3 pillars. First, accuracy. RAG lets the AI actually cite its sources, so you can check its work. Think about that. An AI doesn't just give you a stock tip, it points to the exact sentence in the latest company report that proves its point. Second, instant updates. Instead of retraining the whole model for months, you just update the library. A product recall happens 5 minutes ago, the customer service bot knows about it now. And third, privacy. This is huge. A company can connect its own private data. Say, a law firm can analyze its internal case files without ever sending that sensitive info out into the world. The data stays safe. And this quote just nails the whole idea. A standard AI might guess if your flight is delayed based on old patterns. An AI using RAG doesn't have to guess. It looks directly at the live flight board to tell you the real-time status. It's a fundamental shift from remembering to referencing. So, after all that, how do you explain this whole concept to someone in like 30 seconds in an elevator? Let's boil it all down to one simple, powerful pitch. And that's it, right there. It's the difference between a closed book exam and an open book research project. RAG makes AI reliable, factual, and current.
It transforms that forgetful genius into a dependable expert you can actually trust. Which, brings us to one last pretty wild thought. We've just handed the most powerful intelligence ever created the keys to an infinite, constantly growing library of all human knowledge. So the question is, what's the first thing we should ask it to look up?